In this intro to Life and Death, we'll be talking about one of the key concepts in a game of Go. You'll learn what a live and dead group looks like by the end of this video. And to start our conversation on this concept, we're going to look at these two groups. What I want you to notice is that both of these groups, if they become surrounded, they will be captured. If we look at this group over here, it takes a couple more stones, but in the end, if it is surrounded and then black places a stone here, all of them will be captured. White, as we've discussed in the previous video, cannot go there because it will get rid of all its liberties. So if black goes in the center, it will take or capture all the white stones. Now, this is not always the case. There are certain shapes that when they are surrounded, they will always remain uncaptured. No matter what black does, white will remain uncaptured. Here is our first example of a shape. No matter how surrounded it becomes, if you are black, there is nothing you can do to capture this white group. And the reason is that it has two territories surrounded. If black were to try to play anywhere in here, it would be suicide, not legal. Another way of thinking why black will never be able to capture white is going back to that idea of Atari. Here, white is an Atari. Black needs only to move here in order to capture that white stone. So when black is in this position, we say that white is an Atari, and black only needs to place here to capture that white stone. For our shape here in the center, what you could say is that there is no move to put white in Atari. You can't capture a group unless they are first an Atari. No matter what black does, it cannot put those stones in Atari. So any group that has 2 points of territory surrounded, completely surrounded, such as this white group, cannot be put in Atari and therefore cannot be captured. When this is the case, we say that that group is alive. That is the term we use to describe a group that cannot be captured. It is alive. Okay, so here we have a couple examples of live groups. You could tell that each of these groups are alive because each of them has at least 2 territories surrounded completely. Take some time, try to convince yourself that no matter where you would put a stone if you were white, you cannot capture any of these black groups. Also, notice that it takes more stones to make a live group in the center and in the side, like the middle and bottom groups, than it does to make groups that are alive in the corners, such as the top 2 groups. Not all groups that have 2 territory points can be said to be alive, however. Here they have 2 territory, white has 2 territory points, but they are not separated, as in the other examples. Because they are not separated, black could move in like so, and if white were to take that stone by moving there, then white has put itself in Atari, and black's next move would be to capture all of these stones by placing there and taking all of these stones as its prisoners. Stones that can be captured are called dead. They are called dead because in one way or another, they can be surrounded and then captured. Notice that the only difference between these 2 shapes of white is that one has its 2 territory points separated by a stone. Both of them have 2 territories. One of them has those 2 territories separated. And the one that has it separated is the one that is said to be alive. The one that does not have it separated is the dead one. Let's look at the left group here. If white plays in the center, it can no longer be captured. This whole group is safe, it is alive, and there's no move that black can make to put this group in Atari. However, if white does not move, black, like on the right side here, can go right in the middle. If it goes there in the middle, white is essentially dead. There's nothing white can do in this case to save its stones. If white tried to play inside, like so, black would just go in for the kill. If white had gone in the bottom instead, same outcome. That's why life and death is such an important part in the game of Go. It really could mean the difference between winning and losing a game. So I hope you learned a little bit about life and death, and we will keep reviewing this concept in future videos.